Hey guys, if you're gonna play that guy that always beats you and you're gonna play him again, I have one tip that will help you. If it's that guy that you just have a hard time beating, you haven't been able to beat him, or it's been a while, or if it's even a guy that you haven't played before and you're gonna play him, but you know that your game is not gonna be a match against him, you know that your of game is not gonna be good enough to beat him, well, I have one tip. Stick around, I'm sure it's gonna help you. Hi guys, Mauro here. If you're gonna play a guy that has beaten you before several times and you just have a hard time beating him, or you're gonna play a guy that you know that your game is not really the kind of game that is gonna do damage to him, is not gonna beat him. You're probably a power player, and you know very well, you've seen the guy play, and you know that the guy, he feeds on power, he loves power, and so he's just, the game that you have is just something that is not gonna help you beat him. Well, one thing that you have to consider when you play someone in that situation is, if you're gonna go out there and play that same guy, let's say, whether you play the guy before or not, but you you don't change your plan, if you don't do something different, and sometimes it's something drastically different, things are not gonna work out. You have to assume that tennis is like many things in life. You go to new businesses and you risk investing on it. Okay, this is something that I've never done before, but here we go. And you invest money on something, on whatever. Probably, okay, you're buying cars, used cars, and you fix them and you sell them, and you want to try that business. You're just new at it. Well, you tennis is the same thing. Many times you have to consider that you're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone and say, okay, I'm gonna have to do something different, because this way I haven't been able to be this guy, or I know that if I play my style of game, I'm just not gonna be. It's just not good enough. It's not the right plan to beat this guy. So you have to keep in mind, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna play this guy. He's beaten you before with your game. You haven't done anything about it. You haven't changed it. You're going with it. With going to the match again with the mentality that you want to beat him with your game. You know, and you know that you've done it before and it doesn't work. Well, then might as well don't play it, because you know it's not going to happen. You have to be able to say, okay, I have to risk. I have to change my game. I have to do different stuff. Sometimes it's drastically. If you saw just now in the Australian Open, and you saw Sloane Stephens playing Coco Vandeweghe, and Coco knew that. Sorry, it wasn't Sloane Stephens. It was Keys. Well, Keys was beating her badly on the first set. I mean, right away in 20 minutes, the first set was gone. And Coco, she knew that she had to change her game, you know, and she tried serving and volleying, something that I'm sure that she felt more comfortable, to do, because if I'm not wrong, she's been coached by Cash. So she knew, they said, you know what, this game is not working. Okay, well, I gotta change it. Then I serve and volley, and still that didn't work, But that was the right plan. That was the right thing to do. That was it. At least she dared to do it. She was bold enough to say, I am going to completely change my game plan, and I'm gonna start serving and volleying. It didn't work. Well, I would have liked to see her doing still something different, like chip and charge, and stuff like that. To me, she didn't do it consistently enough. But when you're gonna do something, guys, you gotta do it, and gotta really stick to it. Change it. If it doesn't work, you try for a while. Okay, let's move to the next one. But you cannot be like kind of tentative. You like okay, let's see if it works. 1 point, every other point, or 1 point per game, or 2 points. That's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen like that. You either jump on it and you completely change it, or you don't do it at all, guys. And like I say, if you're not gonna do anything different against that guy that is beating you over and over, then might as well don't show up, because it's gonna happen again. See, the same thing happened in the final against Anderson and Nadal. I was hoping, I knew that Anderson having his own game, and I'm sure he knew too that playing his own game, he was not gonna beat Nadal. He had the serve, he has the power. Nadal was standing all the way back there, and I would have loved to seen him coming to the net to see what was gonna happen. If he knew that doing what he did is just trying to put more power on his serve, trying to move the serve around, trying to be super aggressive when they were rallying, and it was being aggressive during the rally was the right thing to do. But he knew it was going to be very difficult. It was going to be very difficult to keep up the pace with Nadal because you're gonna get yourself tired. I'd rather say, you know what? I'd rather use my serve and move forward. This guy is all the way back there. The further back you move, the more you can use the angles. I'm not saying that he was that Nadal was gonna be able to handle his serve. He was gonna be able to do it, but believe me, it was gonna be. If you ask Nadal, he'd rather have Anderson on the baseline when he's serving than the guy coming to the net. Any day, any time. And I would have loved that's it. That Anderson is an example of the guy that did not dare. He didn't wanna. He was not bold enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna have to drastically change this because it's not gonna work. So that's one thing that you have to, when you play someone that you know that you're not gonna be with your game, when you know that you haven't beaten this guy before, well, you gotta do something else. You have to do. You cannot just have plan A, plan B, or you cannot just have just plan A. You gotta have a plan A, plan B, plan C, sometimes a plan D. That's the thing that happened in the final of the Australian Open with the women's, with Stephens playing Keys. Keys didn't know what to do. She just know how to hit the ball hard, and that was it. And she never. I just couldn't believe my eyes seeing her doing the same mistake over and over until one game before the match was over. Just having the one plan A is hit the ball as hard as you can. And plan B is, well, if that doesn't work, we'll hit it even harder. That seemed to be her plan. And of course it didn't work. She got destroyed, you know. Sloane Stephens, she knew it. Of course she knew it. I'm sure she knew that, okay, you know what? I got to hang in there. I got to put the ball back. And that's what happens. It was inevitable that that's what's going to happen if Keys was not smart enough to say, okay, I gotta change this plan. So you gotta pay attention to that. You have to do. If you need to do drastic changes, do it, guys. Okay. All right. I hope it helps. Let me know if you have any questions, any suggestions, and remember, go out there, stay centered, be bold, and be perseverant. Thank you.